2:30 in the morning. My phone. I'm in bed, sleep, and my phone's going off.
At 2:30 in the morning.
It was 2:30 in the morning. But I'm like, I get the phone. I'm like, it's DeMar. So I pick up. He's like, he said some choice words that I'm not gonna say on ESPN. But he's like, yo, I just got traded to San Antonio.
When you heard that sentence, what went through your mind?
I was sitting on my bathtub, like it's a little ledge. I'm like, what? What? Hold on. And I sat there for a little bit, and we just sat there. And you don't, because at the same time, you're like, man, you don't know what to say.
So that is part one of a few that we're going to show you, with Kyle Lowry being very transparent with Rachel Nichols, who you said, who doesn't love Rachel Nichols? Mm-hmm. Great work. By the way, if you ever want to watch Rachel Nichols absolutely kill it in a press conference, go YouTube the Roger Goodell press conference after Ray Rice. My God, she should have ran for president after that. So Kyle Lowry being very open and honest. Here's the second part of touching on Masai Ujiri and the DeMar DeRozan trade.
Yeah.
Did you feel betrayed?
I felt betrayed because he felt betrayed because that's my guy, that's my best friend. So yeah, I felt some type of way on a personal side. It's a harsh business that it's a great business, but sometimes moves are made that you're like, wow, that sucks.
So, look, it's well documented that they're best friends. Mm-hmm. Like they're tight as hell. I like how he gave the answer, which is a very good answer, which was, were you disappointed? And he basically said, I was disappointed because he was disappointed. We all know that they were both sincerely disappointed. And I've said this many times on this very medium, that they should have kept the core together. Now, am I wrong thus far through 25% of the season? Of course. Yes, I said this prior to the season. But with LeBron leaving the East, I thought they could have been not this good, but good in order to get a top 2 seed if they ran it back one more time.
Yeah, I think, and honestly, you know what? We can't tell for sure. Maybe they would have been just as good. Maybe they would be leading the East still. Who knows? Mm-hmm. So it's all guesswork anyway, and they're fine, obviously. But at the time of it, you're not supposed to go, well, we are getting an all-star and potentially the best defender, on-ball defender in the league. Right. Sure, you know all that stuff, but doesn't mean you just go, whatever. This happens regularly. I don't know if we've talked about it or if I read it. Klay Thompson went into a depression when Anderson Varejao got cut or released or whatever. Anderson Varejao. At least Kyle Lowry's upset when an all-star that's the centerpiece of the offense on the team is let go. It's normal. People make relationships with other folks, and it's not anything to look down on.
That's now 3 examples we've given in like the past 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Latrell Sprewell and Chris Webber, DeMar DeRozan and Kyle Lowry, and Anderson Varejao and Klay Thompson. These are relationships that they make because they have each other's back. And look, everyone can go over like the love that they have for one another or the friendship that they have for one another. It's a strong kinship that makes you a better player a majority of the time.
Yeah, no,
stuff that'll simply roll off your back when maybe if that person wasn't there to help you out a little bit and just put it in perspective.
A professional athlete's life, a lot of times, I think, is isolating, and then the people around you are the ones that become your closest friends, people you trust. Because if you walk down the street and you're 6'8", people are gonna notice you and they go, oh, I know this guy, and then you can't really do anything. You can't interact with other folks the same way that you can with folks who understand where you are.
Right. Lastly, Kyle Lowry speaking to Rachel Nichols on the relationship that he and Masai Ujiri have now.
How would you define your relationship with Masai Ujiri right now?
He's the president of basketball operations, and that's it. For me, I come in here and do my job.
That's an answer that leaves a lot of room for interpretation.
He does his job, I do my job, right? That's what you do.
That's where you guys stand.
That's where we stand.
Craig to my right laughed, by the way, during that. She's right. And it was not even a follow-up question, just a good statement to have as a follow-up.
People open up, man. They say whatever they
do. She has the magic wand of questioning. It's amazing. So here is what Masai Ujiri had to say. It's been like that with Kyle since I came here. We don't have a confrontation. I've never done anything wrong to him. It's just this kind of decision-making that we have to go through. And I know how Kyle is, so honestly, I love him to death. He gives it his all, and I'm so used to it. And he has a good heart. And I know that I haven't done anything wrong to him. I didn't trade him. Bro, this is not what you say. This is not what you say. I understand.
He was doing okay until that I didn't trade him.
He was.
He was all right.
He was. How I felt about that is how I felt when Sacha Baron Cohen had his show and he was trying to like bait OJ into saying that he got away with murder. Like, Masai, you should watch that. Understand what happened with DeMar. There are two things in this business that are tough. When a player leaves and Kawhi left, and then when a player gets traded, those two things are tough. And in our position, we have to do them, and we have to deal with them. And in a trade, it's tough to communicate with players in that manner. We have to communicate with agents and go and say, oh, you're going to get traded. So wait a second. So he's going over the protocol of how somebody gets traded. Understood. We thought we have to change. We have to be better, referring to the Raptors' perennial ouster from the playoffs. By the way, LeBron was there. We have to be better. We have to win. The game is all about winning and treating people the right way. And honestly, God bless DeMar. What I did was trade him. What I did wrong was trade him. Yes, that's what I did wrong if it's wrong. You know, like we traded players, but nothing else I did. There's nothing else.
He's
honest.
It's all truth. It's all it is. But the problem is there's this covering of it's a family. Team loyalty. Hey, KD, and I was one of the ones who criticized him too. Hey, KD, you can't go off and go to the team that just beat your ass in the playoffs and took your heart out. You can't do that. What about the loyalty to those fans in OKC? What about them? Hey, you can't go to that rivalry team. You can't do these things. Or hey, LeBron, you can't go on ESPN and have the announcement and then go off to Miami and embarrass and make the Cleveland Cavaliers organization look as bad as they make themselves look. You can't do that. You know how much they've done for you? At any moment, they can say, I promise you, DeMar DeRozan, we have no reason to get rid of you, and they will get rid of your ass.
Totally.
So the loyalty only goes one way. So it's okay that you trade him. I agree with all that stuff he said. But you can't have it both ways where you go, you're supposed to be loyal to me,
right,
but this is just a business. So when a player leaves, all they should ever say when someone asks them is, hey, well, how come you're gonna leave and go and abandon these teams and and then tell them you basically hold out, or not hold out necessarily, but demand a trade. Just sit in the press conference and go, it's a business.
Yep, 3 words. That's it. I agree with you completely. So here's my last point. The GM and a player don't have to have a great relationship. Like, I don't know why we're sugarcoating this and like sprinkling this bullshit fairy dust on a relationship that usually doesn't even ever happen. Like, players get mad at GMs all the time because they're lowballing them. Since when are we like, oh man, since when does TMZ go out, for example, and are like, oh man, Masai Ujiri and Kyle Lowry, they held hands and went to Sprinkles together. Like, no, it never ever happens. So like this whole fallacy of, well, they have a bad relationship. Yeah, they're being honest right now, but how many GMs and players have a great over-the-top relationship? It rarely happens unless the GM is also the head coach a majority of the time. So let us know your thoughts. YouTube.com/TYT Sports.
Do you guys want full TYT episodes?
Yeah!
So download YouTube TV and get a 7-day free week trial.